Welcome to Core Finance. It's a great pleasure, as always, to introduce Mr. Jeremy Lyons, known affectionately as the Major in the market. Jeremy, very good morning. You're a consultant at Hobart Capital. And we've got Rob Double making his debut with me. He's from the Core Politics team. We're very strong in politics. Please go to the website and take a look at some of the interviews he's conducted. Gentlemen, let's talk about the markets this morning. Obviously, the FTSE's been lagging the Dow, the S&P and the Nasdaq. Quite often markets are driven by sentiment, fundamentals, technicals and political situations. This Brexit, Mrs May is off on holiday in a £26 dress, okay? We'll come to the political side of this shortly. In terms of the markets, is it going to break up and out, or is it too much fear about this Brexit and the strategy and where we are and where we're going with it, Jeremy?
I certainly believe that Brexit is holding back investment. And we're beginning to see calming down of vehicle purchases. There's certainly a calming down in the building, and they're beginning to complain about the low price of the pound and the inflationary pressures. The outlook in the near future, and let's face it, the market actually looks for what's going to happen in 6 to 9 months' time.
Yep.
The near future is we have real problems with Korea. The Middle East is still a mess. And I believe that October, November will prove to be pretty wobbly. And I think that's why the index is showing a bit of caution,
right,
which is the right word.
So, Rob, Mrs May's on holiday. Would you like to be on holiday with her right here, right now?
Well, I've just come back from holiday, actually, as you well
yeah,
know.
as I well know. Obviously, the markets are going to be looking to sort of Q4 for a Brexit strategy. Is that likely to happen?
Well, I think the problem with anything to do with Brexit at the moment is that there is fundamentally confusion, it seems, both in terms of what the government is portraying to business, portraying to the city, but also what it seems within cabinet, within government itself. There seems to be very, very different visions between very senior ministers about what Brexit will actually look like in terms of the customs union, in terms of single market, and all of the sort of various elements that go into our relationship with Europe. And whilst we're hoping to see in the next few weeks some policy papers from the government outlining what the actual position of the UK is going to be in terms of Brexit, at the moment there is still a limbo, and there's still a sense that there's going to be a lot more turmoil over actually what's going to happen come October, come March 2019. So certainly the Brexit factor will be instability, which of course markets don't like.
Yep. In terms of Mrs May, is she still going to be the Prime Minister this time next year?
Well, I think there would be a problem for the Conservative Party in that if they were to try and get rid of Theresa May, which the Conservative Party do very efficiently when they don't like their leader or feel their leader has had their time, it would undoubtedly push towards a general election. And a general election at the moment would, if the polls are right, put Jeremy Corbyn in number 10 and not the Conservative Party under a new leader. So Theresa May is likely to stay purely because there is literally no one currently who can step up to the plate and replace her without creating a situation where a general election would probably be inevitable and further instability, chaos would riddle the government and the Conservative Party.
Bearing in mind the political situation, the FTSE at 7,500 there or thereabouts, 10 years from the credit crunch and the crises, 3 stocks to consider in my portfolio.
Well, I'm a believer in buying quality yields.
Yep.
We've seen what real value comes out of companies like Unilever. And the 2 real drags on the index has been AstraZeneca and Glaxo. And of course, the major one is what's going on at Shell. All nice dividend payers, and there's a slight worry that will it carry on paying those dividends? And I think for the next year, there doesn't seem to be much worry that they can or they will pay it.
Right.
So in markets which are very uncertain, and they are uncertain, those sorts of stocks should see you through. And those are my 3 that I would say.
So world-class names,
exactly,
paying a dividend with an amount of dividend cover for
that's the quality you need in this market, and not go rushing around the world. I mean, you look at how poorly our supermarkets have been behaving, and that's a core businesses.
Yep.
But the online sales and all that sort of stuff has really hurt them, and the margins are getting so refined.
Jeremy, thank you very much for your time.
Delighted, sir.
Rob, thank you very much for your time.